You're listening to PDR Tool Talk, all about PDR stories, tools, and techniques.
For the thousands in attendance, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Mike Toledo, along with Daniel Grom, Vince D'Alessandro, and John Hiley is not here. He's not going to be with us today. He's doing some other things out there, but we've got Matt Armilla. So what's cracking lacking, Matt? Matt's in my neck of the woods. Dent's done right over there. Get a grip. How you doing, Matt?
I'm doing wonderful, guys. Yeah.
Hey, Matt.
Hi, guys. Hi, Vince.
Welcome
hey, Daniel.
to the show.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited. You guys, I made it on the podcast. Yeah, much love. I appreciate you guys.
Well,
Finally,
we couldn't get enough of you. We spent the whole weekend with you. And we're like, that's a really cool guy. We need to get him on the podcast and, share some love.
yeah.
So
So you guys all recovered from the weekend?
No.
Neither am I.
yeah, it was a
Mike,
hard weekend. Friday,
Mike,
Saturday, Sunday.
Let me give you some advice, Mike. If Vince
Stop talking on top of Mike.
If Vince invites you over to spend the night, say no. I'll get a hotel. He's got a couch that is like harder than a rock that he had me sleeping on, and
You sound like it.
I'm suffering right now because of it.
I
Burn the couch, Vince. Burn.
call
that
it the Addams Family Torture Table.
Oh God, that thing was awful.
Well, you did look like crap, man, when you came to the last Saturday and Sunday, dude. So
I didn't sleep at all, man.
Daniel's a broken man. You got to remember, Daniel has been pushing dents for many years, and he's taken a lot of falls throughout the years on Sea-Doos and wave runners and motorcycles.
started to take the toll.
Plus, I have a $7,000 adjustable Tempur-Pedic bed that's like absolute heaven.
Well,
Yeah.
not compared to that.
So, all right. Well, we're
Okay,
talking
let's
about
get into the show.
We're talking about last week's news. What was cracking like with that? It's
Last week, what was going on last week? Where there was a big hail summit or seminar going on in St. Louis. There was that was pretty highly publicized. So hopefully, all you hail technicians that were throughout the Midwest or wherever got to travel, check out some of the guys in the industry that like to talk about getting everything in order before the storms. So, and kind of having a root system of guys that you could call upon. So it was a great networking thing from what I see, and a lot of people showed up, and it looked like a good time.
cool. I hope they got a lot out of it. So
Yeah.
So that's
So,
it.
what were we doing this weekend?
Well, we were like trying new
everybody,
tools, right? Getting some training and making tools, and I think it was like a free for all fest, man. It was pretty cool.
Dude, we had a tool geek fest, right, Matt?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you would disappear, missing in action.
That's
Where
typical.
did Daniel go?
That's typical
Out
Daniel.
somewhere, tweaking
So-
and modifying a tool.
So we were all down at Ultra Dent Tools for the weekend for a advanced training seminar, and training on the Power Box. All the boxes were there. The Power Box, the Hot Box, the aluminum Hot Box, and these guys are right. I was geeking out. I was disappearing. I was trying to get things made and done throughout the whole weekend, and I was very happy.
Well, back up a little bit. So we were at the Ultra Tools advanced training seminar, right?
Right.
In Riverside, California, and they had a bunch of people come from across the country. Actually, 3 came from Canada. They were a pleasure to talk to. And what I found was like the average age of the guys that showed up in our industry, they were like 23-year techs. You know,
Yeah, it was 50 plus, man. It was there was guys older than me. I felt good finally.
Yeah, they were.
And
They were high caliber guys. Yeah.
but what was interesting about this, guys, is that a lot of these guys, you know, they didn't know who we were. They weren't connected to social media. And be honest with you, most of them, a lot of them, not all, but some of them were really not connected and keeping up to date with today's tools, techniques. And it was a big eye opener for me. I don't know about you guys, but I was surprised when I would like share a tip or a tool and they were like, "Oh, I've never heard of that. Oh, what's a VIP knockdown, for instance?" And so it was really fun for us to be able to share all the stuff that we really learn, I think, at MTE. MTE is such a beautiful resource of knowledge and just, God, wouldn't you agree?
Where are you going with that, dude?
Well, it's just, I mean, I if guys are out there listening to our show, if they're not getting, you know, connected to social media, going to MTE, staying up on top of things, I think they're doing themselves a disservice. That's where I'm going.
I'm going to say that this, I'm going to be real honest, dude. I wouldn't say it was so much of an advanced repair. It was more of an advanced technology seminar. That's what I would call it.
That's true too.
Along with techniques, because there were so many new things. There was the aluminum hot box. I mean, really seeing how Steve used the aluminum hot box was pretty impressive. I like that. I still don't think the hot box in general, I'm going to be real upfront with you guys. It's not something I would want to buy. I own one, and would I buy it? No, I probably still wouldn't buy it. Don't take my word for it though. Some guys swear up and down of it, but I wanted to give myself a chance. That's why I wanted to be at this event, and I felt like I definitely was more impressed with the Power PDR box. So, and I know Matt, you were too, right? So we were playing with it a lot.
Matt bought one, didn't you?
Yeah, I took one home with me. Yeah, me and Mike, we're the only two guys in North County that have one. You know, going to the event, I was excited to really play with that power box, and it didn't disappoint. It was pretty impressive what it can do. Yeah, it's just a piece of machinery that I felt, for me, watching Vince and his videos that he's been posting in the past few weeks, I needed to get my hands on it and really, you know, see what it was all about. It didn't disappoint at all. Matter of fact, yeah, we did some extreme testing on it, and I haven't got to play with it yet now that I have it at home, but I have some ideas for sure. I'm definitely going to, you know, tinker with it and try all kinds of things. Hopefully I don't break it, because I'm thinking about some other experiments today. And so
let's explain what this box is, if guys don't know what we're talking about. So why don't you explain it, Matt? Explain to somebody that doesn't know what it is.
Honestly, I mean, I'm probably the wrong guy to explain the technical.
Well, I've had it for about a month now, and it's what is it? It's hard to say. It runs off of voltage. It
looks like a welding machine though.
It looks like a welding machine. It's heavy. It's about 34 pounds. The box itself, it's a small box. It's not a large box. It has two leads coming off of it. One is a ground and one is the actual wand attachment. And the thing with it is that you have to grind off the paint behind the area that you're going to try and repair. And it's intended for an area that you would normally not be able to repair because of oil canning or some other type of damage that that's not going to be PDRable. So are there going to be guys that are using it for every single dent? Yeah, there probably will be, because there's no effort to it. But it's not really intended for that. It's intended for the oil can dents and sharper dents and things like that. Now, you guys know, which we'll touch about a little bit later, some of the other experiments we did with it, which was successful.
Yeah.
But it's not a big dent machine. A big dent machine is all about, the shrinking the metal with zaps of electricity. It's burning the paint sometimes on the outside. Most likely it will burn the paint, but it'll shrink an oil can dent and you'll be able to save it. This, you could fix a dent completely. You could fix an oil can dent completely with this tool and a knockdown.
Yeah.
Do you agree, guys?
Yes.
I do. And then there are, now I don't want to say it's an all savior dent because we bash some pretty good stuff. But if you have a deep crease inside of a stretch dent, it's not going to fix that. I mean, that's where the limitations are awesome, because to me, you still have to be a damn good PDR tech to be able to use this as potential.
And that's the good news.
Yeah, that's the good news. And me and Matt were thinking, we know, because me and Matt talked a long time afterwards on the way home, we know you still are, you have to practice this thing. I mean, there's some guys that are going to be able to get their hands on this, and they're actually going to pull off some really cool stuff. Between what Matt was doing yesterday and then you guys were doing on the motorcycle tank, I was blown away, dude. I was blown away.
Now, when you're using this thing, you've got to use your light. So understand that first off, because you're not going to be able to see where your wand is if you can't read a light. And we put some lame people up that have never even put a dent tool in their hand, and they were able to do it, but we had a light set up for them. And it does leave obvious clues of where the tip is when you start using it. But the one thing that I think it does, so if you've got like a golf ball sized dent and it's kind of deep, you can go in there and push the majority of it up and then come back and finish it with that tool, and you'd have a really quick repair in that combination.
Oil can.
Yes.
So you also have to keep in mind, guys, that you only played around with it for a couple, 2-3 hours. Just imagine once you get it and actually using it. Mike, you have one now for your shop. When you're going to be using it, I'm sure Jay, your trainee today, was probably, I don't want a tool. Give me the power box. Let me mess around with it.
We wanted to today, but we still had to prep. We still have to go get the grinder thing and grind off. We were excited to try to use it. Wednesday, we're going to be using it all day. So
yeah.
Matt, if you ain't got that going on, dude, you come over too, dude. So, but I like I said, it's exciting, but I think it's definitely something that out of all the machines, that's the one I really was most interested in. And in order, I'd get the Power PDR box, then the aluminum hot box, and then I definitely wouldn't buy the hot box. That's just my point of view. So
that's funny, but last episode, episode 107, we talked about it as well. And myself and Steve came up to my shop, and I was not really sold on the whole aluminum process of it. Right. And we found out, and if you listen to the podcast, I said, I wasn't completely sold on it. And it turns out we were doing it wrong. And I knew that there was something wrong about our application, what we were doing. And the problem was I used the 80 grit sandpaper on a disc and buzzed the back of it, and I created a whole bunch of ridges. So the wand was not smooth when it was rolling underneath it. Okay. So I was catching everywhere, and it was like welding itself to, these grooves. But once we had Dwayne Emerson to talk to and find out what was going on, he showed us, and it worked on aluminum too. It worked quite well on aluminum.
I didn't get a chance to play with it for aluminum.
Oh, I didn't know that.
How well did it work for aluminum?
Just as good as the steel.
Really?
The only difference was you had to turn it up a couple clicks.
Now, what wheel were you using as the attachment? What if? Because I want to go buy one. I just don't know what I need to get to take off that.
I think you just buy the
wire brush.
Scotch. Well, he says wire. I think the Scotch Brite works better.
I think the Scotch Brite works better too.
More smoother.
It's smoother, but it definitely adds heat to the panel. So be careful when you do it. Because remember when you were doing it yesterday, I'm like, hey, slow down. There was smoke coming off of the top.
Because the wire brushes, they throw little wires out, Mike.
Yeah, it's kind of dangerous too.
And it can.
What I did like about using the Power PDR box is that it doesn't get as hot as fast as aggressive as the hot box does. I mean, it takes a little bit. I mean, time for it to get super hot.
We're putting a temperature gauge on the outside.
Will you please let me finish my sentence? Freaking. Okay, go ahead, Daniel.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying what I do like about it is that it stays. It's not super crazy aggressive. You know, like you got time before the paint's gonna burn. I'm used to the hot box. You got zit, 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 zit. You're done, dude. But with the wand, it gives you time at least. So that's my take.
I've never burned paint with the hot box.
You didn't use it right then yet.
Yeah.
I set it at 60% and just use it like Steve taught me.
Matt, have you used that hot box yet?
You know, just in, seminars that I've been to in MTE, but I don't own one, but I've used it enough to see the benefits of it. The huge advantage is that obviously you don't have to get behind the panel of the dented area. So that's a huge plus. But again, like you, I kind of have the same opinion. It's not a tool that I would use personally enough for me to purchase it. It does have its place. I do see the benefits of it. If I pushed tail more, or if I had a shop like you guys, I may consider it. I probably would. If I had a retail shop, it would be. Yeah.
The area I use it is when you have shallow, like you're working a big dent, and then you have some shallow areas still left after you really worked the whole area, and you still have some shallow areas. You hit it with that hot box, and it brings it up. That's one application. The other application is if you've got a deeper dent and you get a tool on that deeper dent and you put some pressure and then you hit it with that hot box, it moves a lot easier and it stays up, and you can bring up a dent like that really, really fast and quick, and shortening your repair time.
I tried to do that yesterday. It does take practice. Steve's got it down pretty well, but if you're off a little bit,
you're right.
Left or right, man, you're making a high spot where you don't want it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, and between the hot box and doing that, because the hot box aggressively pulls that dent up and makes it the paint and the metal more softer. So you're making a high spot, easier. But it does take practice. But I watched Steve do it. He's pretty good at it. I tried to do it.
To you, Mike, my suggestion to you, Mike, is that you use fog when you're starting it off. And I'm not bashing on.
I wasn't the only one doing it. I know
your trainee was.
No, there was a bunch
guys from Jersey.
There was a bunch of people using fog doing it, dude. Same thing.
Okay. Well, I've been using it for a while, so I kind of have a technique down. But it's one of those things that it is a technique. A lot of the times I will get behind there. If I can't get behind there, I zap it up, or I pull it up with glue, and then I make a smooth mound out of the hot box by going around it, taking a peak to more of a rolling hill, and then I do my blending. And you have to do it before it cools down. You can't let it cool down because it's just going to go right back down.
Here's the thing too with that hot box, and then you're trying to push from underneath you. That thing blocks your vision, dude. No matter what, dude. Especially the aluminum one. That big block that the thing has got. You got a little crevice you're going to look through with the reflection. It doesn't matter if I'm using fog or lines. You barely can see where your tool's at. You have to put your tool in the middle of the dent. No, that's it. And then put it on top and then push. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, to add to that, I do agree. And that's kind of where I'm at with the hot box. I'm kind of waiting for version 2 or the next generation of innovation for the hot box. and to see what that's going to look like, because there's going to be an improvement at some point on the hot box. At least that's what I'm imagining.
Yeah, it needs to be more aggressive without obviously popping paint, or burning the paint.
But you will agree that the aluminum one is a big advantage.
It is
a bigger advantage, I think. Right?
I think it definitely, like I said, I hands down get the aluminum one over the normal one.
Yeah.
The only thing is, I still don't trust it on white colors, pearls, anything like that. It friggin' stains it discolors it quick before it gets the dent out. So that's my other take.
You got to be careful of tri-coats.
Well, some guys are saying, but you're using it too high, yada yada. Dude, I was there yesterday. We played with it all day.
Yeah.
If you put too hard, if you're trying to go after too aggressive of a dent, you
stay away from pearl white.
Yeah. So that was my take. But the PDR Power Box, I like it. I like it a lot. We're not going to try to make this podcast too long. The event was great, though. I mean, I made some really cool tools. I took a pick tool, and I put another 15-degree bend in it. So I made kind of a double bend pick, and I'm happy as heck. I used it twice today. It was awesome. So
yeah, I went and had my tools redipped. I made another pick just like you did, Mike, but not yours.
I saw what you did. You've kind of put a flat though, didn't you? You put like a blade tip on it, didn't you?
Not a blade tip, but I like it shaved on each side. I take a sharp pick tool that's used for aluminum, and I'll shave it down to a blunt tip, and then
you freaking blade tipped it.
In a way, yeah. So I
like
did
a screwdriver.
Almost.
Yeah.
And I had my name lasered into my Shane Jack's jackhammer.
Oh, dude, what you did to Shane Jack's jackhammer, like really customized the crap out of it. I mean, I was impressed, Daniel. Good job, man.
Thank you.
I mean, you should show that to Shane. Really?
You know what? Well, I got to perfect it this weekend because I got to dip the handle, because what I did is I took his extra long one and I cut the handle off, and I tapped it for a ball on the end of it, but I put a foam bicycle handle on there, and the foam handle is a little bit too big, so I dipped the handle in plastisol, and then that foam handle fit on there perfectly.
It felt really good.
So now it's legit. It's perfect. And he's got this great laser machine, and you can laser anything you want into any tool. And we had our names put on a few tools. Mike had all his custom tools. Didn't you number them and stuff?
Yeah,
you were like really geeking out on that.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, because I just like it. But I don't know. You need to show Shane that hammer. It was good. Everybody had their own little custom way they were doing things. It was good. And you know what's funny is one guy, he goes, "Yeah, I had this tool cut off and put the octagon on, and this one I just had it redipped." And then we're like, "Well, why didn't you just cut that handle off and put an octagon on it?"
Right.
You know what I mean? Why did you keep that 1990s handle? You know? He's like,
yeah, the question mark handle.
Yeah, he goes, "I didn't think about that."
Yeah.
So,
but you know, the staff at Ultra, there's a bunch of guys there that came in, worked over the weekend and helped out, but some guys were just there on their own and helping us. And a shout out to all the Ultra staff. Thank you for everything you did and taking care of us and making
food
our
was
weekend.
Great. Food was good.
Food was so
Morning,
good.
lunch, it was good. Really good.
That barbecue was off the hook.
Yeah. I was full all until last night. What did you think, Matt? Did you have a good time there or what?
You know, every time if people that haven't been to visit Steve at Ultra Dent, he always has, his employees, Steve himself, everyone there is really nice. And I've mentioned it to him in the past, and it definitely goes without being recognized. He definitely has good people that work with him. He surrounds himself with great people. I agree. Yeah, everyone there is very nice, and I had a great time. Yeah, I was very excited to go, and it didn't disappoint.
And Matt, Matt has got a grip and brought all of his got a grip stuff that he sells, and everybody was buying it, right?
Yeah, no, it's gotten a really good. People that get to use it and see it, the people there for the seminar haven't really noticed it before until I brought it in, and they were really, really impressed with the strong arm. That thing there I use every day, and it's really, sped up my work and made it a lot more convenient to just get a heat gun, and especially with that propane heat adapter that hooks up to the gas. That's a combination that is perfect. It's a perfect complement.
If you're a route guy or mobile of any sort, that's the way to go.
Yeah, Matt, you gave me one yesterday, and I was at Home Depot today buying more MAP gas and propane gas, getting all geared up for it, because really, Daniel gave me a rash of crap about not having two sets of tools. So I'm starting to put together, my mobile set and my shop set. And that is ideal for the mobile set guy, because, the mobile guy, you don't always have a place to plug in a heat gun.
Shoot,
in fact, 90% of the times you don't have a place to plug in a heat gun. So what better thing than your strong arm? And the sucker is great. It doesn't move and completely adjustable to any position that you could possibly want ever.
Well, you know what's good about that? It's that you don't have to be a mobile tech to have that.
No,
you to own it. I mean, I use it in the shop almost every day now. So, who wants to plug in a cord and then the cord get in the way if you're working on a hood, or if you want to move it, you got to freaking fight with the cord and do all kinds of stuff. So, and then you got that double ram mount too. So you got a ram mount on one end and then another one on the other. So you can just place it maybe on a pole or maybe on the stand, like the motorcycle stand. So completely out of the way. So it's really a dang good tool, Matt.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, like you guys said, even if you do, honestly, I used to use it just for route work where there wasn't power. And now, honestly, if there's the power outlet 10 feet away, 5 feet away, I'm still not going to yank out my extension cord, unravel it, plug it in, and then, plug in my heat gun. It's just convenient. I grab, my propane, put it on the vehicle, and I'm ready to go. I mean,
to be honest, dent guys are lazy asses.
They are.
So where can guys go see what we're talking about, Matt, and pick that up?
So it's getagripnow.com, and check it out. It's there's a store there. You could buy my strong arm for your heat gun. You have also the heat gun attachments there online. I just got a shipment in today, so I'll have.
You're fully stocked,
and then I also have my grip, and that's a great tool also. It's a little bit it's a mightier tool for holding an umbrella is what my application for it is. And you could use any umbrella you would like. You're not stuck using my umbrella. You could use anything is convenient for you. I typically use a beach umbrella most of the week, but if it's windy, I do use a golf umbrella. And again, you can find it at getagripnow.com. I got full inventory.
Do they need to put www. Or did you fix that?
I fixed that. Yeah, okay. I took care of that. So just get a grip.
Guys, go there, check it out. Support Matt. Doesn't have a lot of products, but this is what our show is all about: is supporting the small guy that comes up with an idea, and show him some love.
There you go.
Yeah, and just a brief thing to get back to the Ultra event. I want to applaud all the guys that showed up that came from all over the country and Canada. 3 guys from Canada. These were technicians that had 23 plus years. Guys from Phillies and
how about Alan? Alan was the character of the weekend. What's Alan's last name? Do you remember?
Trello, Alan Trello.
Oh. This guy's, how tall is he? He's like 6'5". 6'5". He's
6'4".
a big guy. He's a big guy.
Older dude.
Yeah,
he's in his 60s.
57.
Yeah.
Well,
he's 50.
Okay. Well, he's close. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
He's still in great shape, though. Man.
Oh no, he looks killer. You know what? I have to laugh because he was like fishing through his pictures. He was trying to show me a picture or something. And I'm like, whoa, what's that picture? And he goes, oh, that was me rattlesnake racing. I'm like, what? Rattlesnake racing? And he goes, yeah. And he clicks on the video, and he's standing there holding a big ass rattlesnake by the tail. And this thing is the real deal, man. I was like, you are a nutbag. And I go, what are you guys doing with that? And he goes, yeah, we race rattlesnakes. I go, shut the front door. There's no way. And he goes, yeah, we race rattlesnakes. I mean,
shut the front door.
It's
Like that.
Alan Scott. Alan Scott.
There you go.
AS Dent Shop
Oh,
in
it's-
Texas.
thank you, Vince.
Lubbock, Texas. And oh man,
This guy is got a heart of gold. He is a character. He's fun. I mean, he made us have fun all weekend.
He's a young guy. He's a young guy at heart too. He was in there, man.
He's a lot like me.
I don't know what
Mike.
he had his phone on. Like someone talk, he turned it on. I was like, damn, he must have like infinity gigs in his freaking phone because he must have
know.
recorded the whole show.
I don't know how his arm didn't get
Yeah,
tired.
he was like, eh. So he should have had one of those little tripods, those little get a grip mounts on his belt, you know.
I know, right?
So
he came to learn. He taught everyone stuff. I mean, he's an accomplished businessman and dent tech.
he was a great guy. Great guy. His brother, his son's name is Trey Scott. So that's how it is. Yeah, I got mixed up.
Yeah.
Cool.
So all right, guys, we're donezo. This is a quick little. What do you point at? Point out. Let's go.
No, we're done.
Oh, you see,
Yeah.
he's out. Matt, thanks a lot, dude, for coming on, man.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Yeah, anytime. And I just realized we're all in the same state.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we don't have a time change,
I know.
yeah.
which is good.
All right, guys, we are.
Yeah,
out
I need to
here.
go to sleep. I need to get some
Okay,
rest because
well,
I
call it.
get rest
Call
on
it.
Vince's
We can't get out of here without you calling it.
Level up your tools, guys.
And join the revolution.
Next time, Daniel, I'm just saying it, dude. You look like you're about to die. You couldn't even finish that. All right. Talk to you guys later. See you.
Bye.
Bye now.